This is a transmission from the archives.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Archives for another episode of Master Archives Analysis. I'm your host, Tima, and today we'll be going over in-depth details I've seen while watching Ahsoka Ep.3. So this week's episode opens up to Sabine training with Huyang. While training, Huyang sings the word Gaiki and Kisei. My understanding may be the Jedi equivalent of strike point training, kind of like we see with the Mando training with the armorer in Book of Boba Fett, where she's kind of counting strike points for Mando as he's training with the Darksaber. And from there, Ahsoka suggests that Sabine be trained in Zatoichi, which is a type of training that focuses on sight and feeling, which actually gets its name from the fictional famed blind samurai Zatoichi, which if you haven't seen the films or the TV series, highly recommend. It's extremely entertaining and it's a personal favorite of mine. Then from there, we can actually see in the background, the training area here, that in the gear closet, there are actually lightsaber hilts, though none of them in particular stand out as anyone's specific lightsabers. Some of them do also look like the same ones Huyang's using when training Sabine to show the accuracy of her strike. So from there, we catch up with Hera, who is on the home one, where she has a meeting with Mon Mothma, as well as Senator Ziono, Rodrigo, and Maywood, as well as an unnamed Grand Senator. Hera from there pleads that the senator should be able to provide supplies and resources, as well as reinforcements to help pursue Thrawn pretty much into this new unknown galaxy, but ultimately is denied by Ziono, I think I am pronouncing the name wrong, who pokes at Hera claiming that her pursuit is not that important in the grand scale of things, and that she should come to terms with Ezra and Thrawn have probably been dead for years. It's more of like a senseless manhunt. I mean, personal theory, just thrown in there. My guess is he's definitely working on the side of, the Empire, and this is just kind of the cover up. He knows what's going on, but I feel like he's not particularly explaining any of that to anyone, of course. So from there, she's actually excused from the meeting. After that comment from Ziono, she gets a little worked up. And outside of that room, we actually get to see live action Chopper again, which is always a pleasure. But we also get to see the live action debut of Jason Syndulla, where he actually expresses to Hera his desire to become a Jedi. I mean, being the son of Hera and Kanan, I would like to see if they do go that route, because it's really, I feel like, two options. Either he's going to go to Luke's Jedi Academy, which we all know how that turns out in the long run, or be trained by your resident Jedi, Ahsokatano, which seems like a more favorable option. Well, from there, speaking of Ahsoka, we do approach the planet Cetos. Ahsoka and the crew approaches the Eye Scion until they are bombarded by Shin, Marok, and an additional grunt, where their only goal really now is to survive long enough for Huyang to download the schematics of the Eye Scion, which on a storytelling aspect, you do have to wonder what the security protocol for this thing is. I don't know, because it's still being built. They don't have any jammers or anything, but I find it crazy. You just ride up to that thing to start downloading and then dip. It's just connecting a home Wi-Fi, from the street. So though they barely succeed in their goal, Huyang shorts out and the ship is gunned down, leading to Sabine to fix the ship, while Ahsoka, in a fantastic display of skills, exits the ship and in this EV suit fends off ships with her lightsaber. And I swear I've seen many Jedi fall to a ship's blaster, so I was a little shocked and confused when I saw Ahsoka take on these starfighters, but either that blaster is weak or the plot armor strong as hell. But regardless, it was really cool to see. I feel like we don't ever get real space stuff, real space battles. So from there, Sabine does end up saving the ship, and they do crash land on planet Cetos, and they switch everything off just to avoid being detected as they make their final repairs and regroup themselves. Pretty much from there, we see Baylan gather up the forces in the woods, and it looks like for the next episode, it's going to be a manhunt. So with that being said, this has been a transmission from the archives. Overall, it was a short episode. It was nice, always nice to see the whole Syndulla family there, as well as just seeing Sabine into, the Jedi training. I like they're taking the route of, discipline and study compared to just having, quote unquote natural abilities. They kind of do it right. And I think the Force training, seeing it kind of is cool, because I always view it as we're almost kind of getting Force trained in a way. I feel like it helps us be a little more in tune with the Force, as well as the characters. And also we got to see Purgles again. I forgot to mention that. They end up showing up in the last part, which I know is not going to be our last time seeing them. They're going to play a factor, I imagine, Ezra and Thrawn, just like in Rebels. So with that being said, thank you so much, and until next time, may the Force be with you.